Hi everyone. This is a list review of Ed's list, British list for what was it? Uh, I have it here. What's it called? Origins of Valor in June. Um, I'll link in the description to the event itself. Um, they have a 16 order dice cap, and they are 1250. You can use up to 2 generic reinforced platoons. And Ed is thinking about running British, so you come to the right place, Ed. Let's see what he's doing. And he also has some questions which I'll answer at the end. So 16 order dice, 1250. I think 16 order dice is good. What we're seeing with, for instance, Battle of Britain, is that 16.8 would be more or less what we would expect as an average. So 16 is good. He's bringing dual platoons, British reinforced, and inexperienced lieutenant. Yes. 8-man Gurkha paratrooper, the NCO with a submachine gun. I don't think he needs the submachine gun, per se. 2 of those. This is a good size unit. There is a tendency right now to run them in 7-man units. I am not necessarily a fan of this, but it is playing on the idea that you'll still have to kill 4 to get them to take a test. The runaway test, right? The morale test. Vengeance as the national special rule. Depending on what you have in the rest of the army, Of an Atom might be more beneficial. And there are other national special rules which actually benefit the Gurkhas a lot. There is the toughest boots, which is really good. So and also that where you have that war cry where the enemy can't shoot you as you charge, also really good. For me, I quite often use Of an Atom, just because I want my Gurkhas to be able to charge, but it really depends on what you have in the rest of the army. Indians. So this is a mistake. You can't do this. You can't have both Indians and a British national characteristic. You're going to have to choose one or the other. If you're picking an Indian army, then you get manpower of the Empire and unsurpassed bravery. Those two. If you want to run with Vengeance or Of an Atom, you can't have the Indian one. So you're going to have to choose one or the other. Land mattress, yes. Check with your pack whether or not they're allowed. They're really good if they are allowed, and this is the way to run them. Inexperienced, yes. Humber Mark II. We're seeing a lot of these after the Gentleman's War came out. It's a pretty good armored vehicle, yeah. 95 points, 7 plus, got a light autocannon, and then coaxial energy. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. And a Darker Steward, 2nd platoon, inexperienced lieutenant, 2 early war infantry sections with LMGs. Now, unless your pack has a bonus for the LMG, they're not worth the points. Even in like this, these are backline holder units, mostly a little bit skirmishy because they're 6-man, but and they're still not worth it. Just pull them out. Use the points for a medium mortar instead. Royal Engineers with a flamethrower, yes, perfectly fine. They need some transport. Vengeance, still, you can't do this. Medium mortar, inexperienced, yes, but you could pull the points from that, the 2 LMGs, and buy a medium mortar in the first platoon, couldn't you? Yeah, you could. Light howitzer, yes, the 25-pounder, really good. Second Humber, yes. And a Bren carrier for the engineers, very good. And another Steward. Yes. At 1250, you can think about maybe changing out one of the stewards to a bigger tank, a 9 plus tank, the Lee or a Sherman. If you can get a howitzer Sherman, um, they might be worth it. But as is, yeah, yeah, this is all pretty good. Now, what national special characteristic would you want? Oh, and by the way, I see a mistake because I don't see a free artillery observer. Get yourself one of those. Yeah, there is no free artillery observer. As a Brit, you'll always get the free artillery observer. Now, there is a question of whether or not you can get two free units. So if you run Indians, for instance, right, you get Manpower of the Empire, which is a full unit. That's a second free unit for Brits who already have a lot of nice stuff. So some events disallow that. Again, check with your TO. But it just because you're running them Indian doesn't mean that you don't get your free artillery observer. So get yourself one of these. Now, would you want run Vengeance or Manpower of the Empire? I think I would, with what you build here, there's a lot of your units that would benefit from Vengeance. There's not a lot that would benefit from Abernathy, for instance. You've only got two Gurkha units. It's not enough to warrant Abernathy, or anything close combat oriented anyway. So Vengeance might be the way to go, because that will benefit all of your units once they get close to the enemy. If you feel like you want more units instead, then Manpower of the Empire, Indians are the way to go. For me, at 1250, I don't think you're lacking units here. I think you would benefit more from having Vengeance. So that would be my suggestion. I'm not a huge fan of allowing double free units for the Brits. So yeah, right. Then here at the end, Ed had some questions for me as well. Question number 1, free artillery reserver or 10-man Indian section? Depending on your pack, both. Easy Army suggests that you can get both Manpower of the Empire and Unsurpassed Bravery. Yes, you can. If you choose to be Indians, you get both. Are 8-man Gurkha paratrooper sections the right size? Possibly. You can go 7. I don't think you should go 10. They're just too big and they're overpowered for what they can deliver. Vengeance as a national characteristic, I thought it would benefit most of the non-Indian models. If you run them Indian, they would. So, if you run your Gurkhas Indian, they would benefit from the Unsurpassed Bravery. If you run them British, you would benefit from Vengeance, but you have to choose one. You can't get both. Yes, fourth question. I don't like LMGs, but Ed thought that it would get the 2 infantry sections for skirmishing longer range. Alternative include increased section size, converting one of the Stuarts to an M4 105mm, which I think might be a good idea, or changing one of the Humber armored cars. I think you shouldn't change the Humbers. The Humbers are just cool, they're cool models, you should run your Humbers. But I think you could change one of the Stuarts, or you could use the points to buy yourself that one extra unit that you're cutting out, because you're cutting out the free Indian squad. So buy yourself a medium mortar for those 40 points that you're cutting from the LMGs. I think the medium mortar would be way more beneficial for your army. So that is it. Good luck, Ed, and let me know how it went. Cheers.